nature as it is. And somehow I think it's not very easy to stop that movement that is going on. You can have a contra force, of course, but it will still be a very little bit of a whole. And I think maybe sometime, somehow, there is a longing for the natural thing. And maybe sometime also the nature will force us to live in another way than we do today. I would hope for the humanity to be witty enough to see that in time. Otherwise we will be forced, I think, because the resources won't give us the opportunity to live like we do today.
I was thinking quite the same thing also with resources, and if you look historically, it's actually quite a short time that we have lived like we do now, with an extreme urbanization and with actually most people in no contact. When we talk about nature, of course, even also in Sweden, we have almost no nature actually. We have culture. That's what we have. We have almost no nature that is unaffected by human activity. We don't have that anymore, of course. But I think also when it comes, we're starting to come close to really seeing the question of resources, and that we're living over our resources. So we will soon meet that, I think, and that will ask somehow, as I give us a more humble or wise way to look at resources and realize that it's not. We have to live in a different way, and perhaps that would be a link to back to the system, or sort of something like that. Yeah.
Okay, Julian.
Yeah. So just wanted to pick up on that, how you create participation in nature in a 21st century world. We've been trying a couple of things down here. In my other work, we've been doing an artist residency on a canoe, Mike and I. We have a big 28-person canoe, and we bring it down through the forest, down the Whanganui River for about 10 days every year. And through that experience, we've been introducing a range of people from around the world to something that most people would think is a very untouched natural world. It's the national park here, and then of course it looks as though it's wilderness, but in reality it's not. It's been settled for over 1,000 years, and the relationships that exist in the national park up there are far from natural. It's not at all a wilderness. They have poison drops to kill the possums. They have all kinds of legal arrangements which stop you from building there. And then there's a whole kind of narrow history of land use up there. So to our European eyes it looks like wilderness, but it's actually got a very rich social construction. And then what we've been trying to do is we've been introducing people to the land, or this group of artists to the land, but within a Maori context. So we've been staying in these maraes, which are like traditional villages that still exist up in the bush there. And for me, that's been quite a 21st century project, because most of the people who've come have been media artists and digital media people of one sort or another, from all over the world, mainly from urban backgrounds, I would say. And it seems that the important thing has been not just the encounter with the wilderness, or the wilderness that we imagine out there, but it's been seeing the world through a different set of cultural eyes. But maybe the most important thing has been about understanding a relationship to the place within a group of people. So in fact I would say the most important thing about forming some kind of connection with a bit of land is to do with the conversations that go along with it, like the relationships between the people that you experience it with. When we're paddling down the river, we don't do much paddling, we just drift mainly and chat. But we see a lot of people shooting past in canoes, trying to get to the other end as quickly as possible, and by themselves, or not really having anything more than a kind of televisual experience of the place. And it seems that the conversations with the people who are from that place and with each other seems to be the important thing in getting a different kind of feeling of it. And for me the question is really, people think that New Zealand is this really pristine place, and it does have about a third of the country preserved in national park, and it has some amazing scenery, but it's also an incredibly constructed landscape. Before the Europeans came, there was no grass, literally no grass. So all of the pastures in the country are from European grass seed, and that's profoundly changed the landscape. So when you look out over these beautiful rolling hills in New Zealand, you're looking at imported vegetation. And the question for me is, can you form those kind of connections in an urban environment, or in the built environment, or like I was talking about before with abstract things like code? And that's like an open question for me. That's what I would like to research, is whether you can form these kind of more profound connections with landscapes which have been changed by thousands of years of use, or even built environments like cities or kind of computer objects. So that's my thoughts on it.
Thank you. All right.